A very important aspect that we should take into consideration when we are creating multimedia or using multimedia is the operating system. Why creating? Well, because when we create our multimedia, we can do it in different operating systems. The most common are the Mac system and the PC system. Both of them vary in many different aspects, and we must make sure that the end product will be compatible in any of these operating systems. As users, we must make sure that our operating system is accompanied by the plugins, the necessary plugins, that multimedia will require in order to run. If you take a look at a CD, let's say a game, usually they include a little booklet that will always specify the operating system requirements so the multimedia can run effectively. We must pay attention to the requirements and make sure that we meet all the requirements. Yes, hardware. Hardware is a very important part of multimedia. Hardware is what lets us interact with multimedia. You can see here in my little den that I have several hardware elements that allow me to create and use multimedia. Hardware is categorized into different types of components. And the first one we can mention is the input components or input elements of hardware. Input means that all the ways that we can transfer information into our computer. Well, we can start with this very simple one, the keyword, which is an input element for text. Another input element, which is also very important, I have it here, I'm holding it here, is the camera, a webcam in this case. For a desktop, webcams come separately, but usually portable PCs have their webcam already adapted to the screen, which makes it very handy for the user. Another thing that we can mention, and now that we have this little friend here, is that it also includes a microphone. Microphones are part of input elements of hardware. We have a scanner. A scanner is another input element, and it will help you put in or scan your images, your photographs, into your computer in order to edit them or use them as you please. So those will be the input elements of hardware. Then let's go to the opposite, the output elements. And the first one we can see here is our printer, and we have also our speakers, which are an output element for audio, and yeah, the screen, perhaps the most important element. It will let us see our multimedia, of course, and well, sometimes we can have the headphones which I didn't bring. We also have connecting elements in a hardware. They are very important as well. We can mention some of them. Um, we have these RCA cables when you are working analog to digital. There are many possibilities now. This one, for example, is the RCA cable that can convert the images or video that we take from our camera, our digital camera, and put it into our computer. And let's put this one here. We have other kinds of cables or connecting elements. This is probably a very modern one. It's called a HDMI cable. This cable allows you to send the image of your computer to a bigger screen. In this case, it could be a TV screen.